Hello, Saddle Ranch families. We are very excited to be sharing a back to school night presentation with you. And welcome back to the 2024-2025 school year. I am your very proud principal, Allison Hawk.
And I'm Lindsay Frazier, your assistant principal.
We are recording this presentation and sending out to you as part of our upcoming Back to School Bash. This year's Back to School Bash is tweaked just a little bit from last year. We will still be having all the fun outside, and thank you to our PTIO for putting that together with food trucks and games and all kinds of social activities out front from 5 to 7. This year, though, instead of having you come to scheduled times in each classroom, we are having a Saddle Ranch open house. What that means is that you are going to be getting, obviously, this presentation, as well as recorded presentations from all of your children's teachers. We will be sending those out virtually so that you can watch those at your convenience. And then our open house from 5:30 to 6:30 is a time for you and your child or children to come through the building, go to every classroom, stop by the gym, the music room, all kinds of places, talk with the teachers, see the learning that's already been happening, and just connect with our Saddle Ranch community. We hope you'll come by and talk to the teacher and ask any questions from the video that you've watched. But please just take some time to review these videos so you know what's happening at Saddle Ranch and around the community. Again, the bash is Thursday the 15th, starting at 5, with our open house starting at 5:30.
And we want to do a quick introduction of our staff. We had an amazing start to the school year. It was super exciting to welcome your students into the building. And we are just super excited about our team. We have our classroom teachers here. We have 3 kindergarten classrooms, and the rest of our classrooms, we have 2 classrooms per grade level. And you can see here all of our teachers. We have our specials and support team. So all of our specialists are listed here, and we would encourage you to stop by and introduce yourselves, especially to our specials team during that back to school bash. And we couldn't do it without our support staff. We have several people in our building every day that just help us to get through the day. There's a lot of supervision of our children and your children, and making sure everybody is safe and getting all those things done that happen in a school day.
Okay, we'd like to just start our right off here with some celebrations, and hopefully you saw this in the spring, but we were very lucky, or very blessed, not lucky, we worked hard for this, that Saddle Ranch was awarded 2 very distinguished awards in the spring. We were awarded the John Irwin Schools of Excellence Award, which is from the state, given for demonstrating exceptional academic achievement over time. This is just an award given out to schools that are showing consistent high performance on all of our testing measures. And then last year, we also were a recipient of the Governor's Distinguished Improvement Award. That is awarded to schools for exceptional student growth at all levels. So that's also based on our state CMAS testing, showing growth from our 3rd through 6th graders in all categories. So we just want to celebrate our amazing staff and students for continuing to learn at and perform at high levels here at Saddle Ranch.
And we want to just touch base on our Saddle Ranch curriculum. It is great to share that we will continue this year with the same literacy and math and science programs that we've had for several years. This is a huge benefit for both our teachers and our students. Our teachers have hit their stride. We're able to specialize and tweak things to meet the needs of all of our students. And everything is aligned to our Colorado academic standards that can be found at the Colorado Department of Education.
Okay, one big thing we want to make sure that we cover in this presentation is safety and all the safety measures we have here in place at Saddle Ranch. Safety is our top priority as leaders of the building, and we have a lot of ways that we ensure this at Saddle Ranch. First and foremost, you guys know that we have a front door only access system where you have to be allowed into the building through being buzzed in from our front office. As you come into the front office too, we also have a system called Raptor, which screens driver's licenses and prints out badges for our visitors with pictures on them so that our students and staff know anyone walking through the building has been screened and approved from the front office. We have a building-wide camera system that is amazing. We love our camera system and feel very lucky that our voters' bond measure several years ago put this in place for safety at our school. We also have a school resource officer, Deputy Mike Cluth here. He is here often every day and supports 3 elementary schools in our area. So gets to be in our area often and is a great resource here at Saddle Ranch. And we also follow all of these standard response protocols that we use district-wide with our police force and other safety departments in order to make sure that we are communicating the same safety language in all systems. You will be hearing a little bit about these protocols during Safety Week, which is the week of the 12th through the 16th. And we will be reviewing all of our standard response protocols with our students at that time. So please check in each day and talk to your children about which safety measure they practiced or talked about that day. A few other reminders to help keep us safe. I'm moving our pictures around through our slideshow here. I apologize. It's just to make sure we can read our text. A few reminders that also help keep us safe. I am the biggest dog lover you can find, but we are not supposed to have dogs on our property except for those dogs that are therapy or service dogs and that are marked by their vests. It's just a liability and safety measure to make sure that everyone on campus feels safe and is safe. So please, if you bring your fur babies to pick up or drop off students, please stop at the edge of our property and don't bring the dogs onto property. Please also remember that handicap spaces are only for those people that have the handicap placard or license plate, and that we ask all of our students, and so we also ask those students' family members that come to school on bikes or scooters to please make sure that once you are on our property that you walk anything with wheels so we don't have any collisions on our property with pedestrians and wheels. Thank you. Another big thing that we want to really emphasize is our kiss and go and drop off line in the back of the building and the garden door as well. We have school staff out there every morning and every afternoon, and our crosswalks are very clearly marked with really the intent that we want to make sure we are teaching all of our children to use a crosswalk and to cross lanes of traffic and busy parking lots in safe ways. So while we know it is not always convenient, please make sure you're going to the nearest crosswalk and not cutting through our lanes of traffic in front of cars. Other ways that you can help, just make sure that we all stay safe. Please make sure all of your information is current in your parent portal. If you just completed Express Check-in, that is the way that you go through and do it. If you change or need to add any emergency contacts, please do that as well. And we send out a lot of communication to the phone numbers and emails that are associated with your parent portal account. So please make sure those are current. Please make sure to respect and follow all arrival and dismissal procedures given by our staff. We're doing our best to move students through those drop off and pickup lanes. And if you can just help our staff follow those rules. When you come to school or you send someone to school to pick up your child, please make sure that they bring a driver's license with them. We need to make sure we only sending children home or out with any adult that is authorized to pick them up. And we don't know that unless you have a driver's license with you. Also, the first time you volunteer in our building, please bring your driver's license so we can use that Raptor system and have you as part of our volunteer system. Other ways that you can make sure we all stay safe is to talk to your child every day about how they're feeling at school. Reach out with any concerns. And if you see something, please say something so that we can address safety concerns right away. Quick other thing, our first bell starts at 8:30 when we open both the garden doors and the front door. That tardy bell is 8:40. Students are considered tardy after 8:40. We do need a parent or a guardian to bring them into the office to be checked in by our front office if they come in after 8:40. And our dismissal time is at 3:30. Please know that there is no adult coverage before 8:30 for students. So you please need to have someone watching your children until 8:30 when those front doors and back doors open. Okay, a couple other things that we just reinforce. Our cell phone policy is that any child with a cell phone must have it turned off and in their backpack at all times. That is starting at 8:30 and ending at 3:30. So if those are not being used appropriately, we will bring them up to the office and give you a phone call and just remind students of that policy. Going along with that, please make sure AirPods and smartwatches, if they are coming to school, that they are not used for anything besides, keeping time and maybe counting steps, but we're not using those for any types of social media or other connection. Another rule that we want to make sure that we emphasize is that hats are only allowed outside at recess. And once kids come in the building, they are not allowed to be wearing hats inside.
All right, we have several ways to stay connected with our school community. And, the very, very best way is emailing your child's teacher, and giving anybody that you're contacting at school 48 hours for a response. Our days are kind of crazy, and we aren't going to stop the day of caring for your children and teaching your children to respond on the fly. We want to give ourselves that 48 hours to get back to you. Of course, you can get additional information on the district website, the school website. We have a Facebook page, and as well as some other communications that come out during the week. We will send from the classroom as well as from the weekly blast that goes to all of our students. Please do not text your children during the day. I'm a parent as well. Sometimes you want to get those messages to your kids. It really needs to come through the office so that we can get the message to your child. We are efficient. We will get the message to your student. It's really disruptive to have parents contacting students during the day on their personal devices. If you have any questions, please reach out. Allison or I would be happy to talk with you and help you navigate any of your questions. Here is our social media. You can scan the QR code here to go right to our page. We have a Facebook page available here as well as Instagram.
Okay, we'd just like to highlight a few ways that you can get involved at Saddle Ranch and be part of our community. We want to make sure that you are informed and as involved as you would like to be here at Saddle Ranch. You can talk to your children's teachers if you would like to volunteer in the classroom. There are lots of opportunities for that. Please reach out to them directly or respond when they're looking for volunteers. But some ways you can get involved with the school as a whole. We do have an amazing PTIO, the Parent Teacher Involvement Organization. They help plan great events, fundraise for the building, for the school, and coordinate all kinds of community events as well. They meet on the second Monday of every month here in our library, and we would love to have you come get involved. You can come in here, like it doesn't make sure that you're committed for the whole year to every single event, but maybe you would just really love to help with the silent auction or the fun run, the Mustang Stampede. We can use as many parents as possible to volunteer, and the PTIO is a great place to start and build that community. The other way you can get involved is through our School Accountability Committee, also known as the SAC. This is an advisory committee to give advice to Lindsay and myself and other building leaders on things like our academics, budget, logistics of how the school works, and to provide input to us on decisions we're making that affect the whole school. It really is one of those places where when you have questions about things like enrollment or hiring or staffing or things around Highlands Ranch and all of the different school information, that is a place to come get your questions answered and hear details. So we would love to invite you to our first meeting that we are trying a joint SAC and PTIO meeting. That will be September 9th. The PTIO section will start at 6 o'clock and will end around 7 or 7:15. And then we'll have a quick break and the SAC portion will start. You could come for one. You are welcome to leave after PTIO or just come for SAC. It is really a fluid space to come get the information that you would like to get. But I really do want you to know that at that SAC meeting on September 9th, we will be sort of presenting a state of Saddle Ranch, if you will, information about our CMAS scores, the hiring that we did over the summer, other information about enrollment, budget, all those questions that we know that you have and often are trying to ask out in the community. This is the place to come hear them. And so we hope you'll join us. We really hope that you will take some time to listen to all of your children's teachers' presentations that come virtually, and then to join us again at our Back to School Bash that is Thursday the 15th, starting at 5 o'clock outside, and the school open house 5:30 to 6:30 inside. We can't wait to see you, and we are so excited for this school year.